Hey, welcome to the Mutant Football League. I've been a big fan of this game and this series since I was a kid. There was a version of this game for the Sega Genesis called Mutant League Football. There was also a Mutant League Hockey, and they were just the same thing that you're seeing here, just lower fidelity. Smaller team sizes, 7-on-7, and just all kinds of chaos and crazy dirty tricks and weird stuff and blowing each other up in different alien races and carnage as you play football and just beat each other down. As you can see, I'm going to be showing you how to rip this game and your enemies apart pretty hard. We are playing on the highest difficulty with the highest amount of damage enabled. We're currently playing as the worst team in the game, the Tyrants. We're going against the best team in the game, the Chiefs, or the whatever they're called in this, the Creeps. And I'm going to show you two games here probably. This first game we're going to have all the violence all the way up, and then we're going to have another game where we turn the reserves off. And so you'll be able to see the strategy for both games where you have a whole lot of destruction as well as games that have to be played like football games. And there's some tricks and tips that you'll catch on along the way. I'm going to also point out a couple points in the game that I think could be refined a bit more, some hopes that I have for this, the second iteration, and I'm going to teach you how to win this game without trying very hard. So let's just kind of roll through it and stream a consciousness dump. Alright, so it's just giving us the return, we don't get the choice. In high violence games, I love the Beyond defense, I like kicking off. We'll discuss that later. For now, kickoffs are one of the easiest ways to score points in this game, because you can just tap the turbo button and have so much speed, you can just go all the way around the field. 90% of your kickoffs are going to land in a touchdown. And the way that you do this is by just tapping your turbo button lightly once you hit the point where there's people almost on you. Always use the kickoff return middle and then try and find the gap on the outside. As long as you get one or two blockers on those outside people, you should be able to get an easy breakaway. And if you don't, then sometimes you can even make people miss or break a tackle, and then you're off to the races anyway. But that's how you score points on the offense. Let's talk about the kickoff. Because the kickoff is something we never do fully. We do tiny kickoffs, just like this. And the reason we do this is because we want to beat up the offensive line. Our win condition is not points. Our win condition is killing 6 offensive linemen and watching them forfeit. Because the game stacks offensive linemen at the front of the kickoffs, you can always chip shot to them, and they don't have enough toughness to deal with running the ball. God help them if they break a tackle. And then you use B and A to just drop elbows on them over and over and over until they're done. They quit. It's fun. As far as defensive plays are concerned, the only play that I really use is tight man. I'm a big fan of it. Here we use the bribe ref because they're on the first, or they're first and goal. And this will almost guarantee if they get the touchdown that it's going to be called back. So there's the callback, and this is actually something that we're going to take advantage of because now they're immediately going to be going after our ref. So you're going to get an extra 15 yards out of this. But what's more important is I'm using my controller to just spam B and A, and we are going to get another kill out of this. Every single play, every single time that you are hitting people, after that whistle is blown, you have a chance of just dealing enough damage to take them out. Even if you don't get a kill, if they're not a deadhead, they will retain that damage and you will just attrish them all down. Right here we're looking at, first and goal from the 26. They have multiple linemen down. Creed Humphrey there is kind of hurt. I'm going to see if I can drop, so get a kick on him. And there goes Creed. And I believe we have them down to 3 or 2 linemen. Yeah, they're at 3. They're pretty low. That means every damage that these people take as they stay on offense is permanent. We actually did not want that at all. We want to keep them on offense. We want to stay on defense. I would stay on defense this entire game if I could. So this is actually a really good penalty. We're going to kill the ref. We're going to also use this as an opportunity to lay some extra damage into their team. Hopefully we can get it on their lineman. No, he ran away. That's okay. This whole thing, though, as you're seeing, is just one big excuse to deal damage to that front line. Just keep pushing that pressure. Every single play. Even when we are lining up here, what I'm doing with my controller is I'm holding down and spamming the A button, and my character is queuing up that punch. Because if you get that punch on Thunder there, oh, come, stop intercepting it, jeepers. When I got that punch on Thunder, it dealt, a quarter of his health and damage. Because there's no more reserves, he doesn't get that health back. Every time I punch him, quarter of his health, over the course of 6-7 plays, I'm killing 2 linemen. So now we have the ball. We don't really want it. Let's just drop back. We'll use shotgun. I only play out of shotgun in this game against the computer. We only have to. And I'll see if we can... Oh, I was going to hit B there on that slant. If I would have landed it, that was a touchdown, but instead, we threw a touchdown to them. Good stuff. It doesn't matter. We're just going to get a kickoff and probably run it back. Also, special teams. You see me pumping that turbo button there. All you gotta do is get on the left side of every single special teams play and pump turbo, and you will get in fast enough to get a block. They never put anybody in that gap. They never stop it. It's just always in. Up. Pick this up. See if we can make a miss happen here. Oh, we got the mines. Use the mines, and we're gone. Goodbye. You see, we still have half a turbo bar. Something that new players do in this game that, as you get better, you learn to change. And this was also the case in Football League 1, is don't hold your turbo. Always leave yourself a little bit of turbo left. That'll keep you running full speed. Just pump that button because you keep that speed boost. Whoops. That's okay. Field goals are bullshit in this game. Keep that speed boost going as you pump it, and you won't ever run out of turbo. You can do laps around the field with that, actually. Alright, Thunder, come here. See if we can take him out with just a couple elbow drops. And there goes another lineman. We eat a 15-yard penalty for unnecessary manslaughter here. Doesn't matter if they get in the end zone. Points are not the win condition, killing them is. We are down to 2. I also, you notice the skull next to my homies. He is a bounty target, so we'll also try to kill him during this. We used our dirty trick to zap and get rid of another one of their players. There was a running back, I believe. Yeah. So we are taking out their guards and their running backs, forcing them to go into an air game that we can then defensively play around when we get there. But honestly, we're not going to get that far because we're going to take them out. All of these plays, I am either holding down and pressing A or holding down and pressing... Ooh, nice. See if I can get a kill here. Doop. Alright, there goes Mahomes. But anyway, yeah, I'm either holding down and pressing A to do damage to a guard, or I'm holding down and pressing turbo over and over in order to get in and do pressure to the quarterback or block a kick. You can block punts, you can block field goals, all of them with that. Alright, we get the ball back. I don't really want it. We're going to try shotgun. I didn't hit the button. I should have hit the button faster. I'm used to the threats. The New York threats, and their 2 dirty tricks are Sonic Boom and Chainsaw, which honestly, that's the same 2 they had in the first game, so it's kind of cool to have that carryover. It makes them feel familiar and comfortable. Right there, I had to beat them up because if I just laid there, he would have dropped another elbow and killed me. That's what they do. Whenever you get hit, just start hitting back. Oh, I'm not getting that pass off. Typically, the deep go is the pass of this game. The small... Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to punt a little too fast. Faking. Suckers. But yeah, deep go is the only pass you need in this game to succeed, and you don't have it on the tyrants, but the threats do. Shotgun formation and a toss left or a toss right. Really, the toss plays, shuttle plays as well are pretty good. Oh, I didn't make it. Those are the plays that you really want to run on offense. Outside of the dirty tricks, you should be able to get all of your points and be able to control your offense for both controlled short and long games, which there's merit to having each of those, and we'll talk about that a little later. Boom! That's okay. That was a weird choice for them to use that there. But yeah, we'll talk about in the other game probably more. But there is merit to guaranteeing short gains when you want to just burn clock in this game, which can be a completely viable strategy.
It's anyone's game still at this point. I know, which makes it so hard to place a bet.
Alright, we're going into the second quarter. They have 2 guards left. We're going to start doing that damage. Every time they run it, we're going to deal as much damage as we can to their runner. Just see what we can do to start breaking down the rest of this form. Also, because they're down a guard, we're always going to have pressure on their quarterback and makes passing harder. There's the kill. And the more that we kill their runners, the worse their runners get, and eventually they run out and they're forced to pass. So this is kind of now at a point where the squeeze is on and we're just going to slowly be burning them down. And it's okay. They're going to score here probably. Points don't matter. Again, the win condition's not points. The win condition is them running out of guards. Get another block off the left side, although we also have this giant gap we can use. And we're in. If we didn't hit that kicker, that was going to be a touchdown. I've gotten a couple of returns in this game already on that. If you get a return on an extra point interception like that, they just count it as a touchdown. It's not a breakdown. That might be worth looking into. Or maybe that's intended. I don't know. I didn't make it. That's okay. We'll play some offense.
And it's 1st and 10.
Wow, I just got absolutely wrecked. I was going to use the flame and just get over this really fast, be done with this drive, but sticky ball prevents that pretty well. Well played, lads. Well played.
It's 2nd down, and they've got a long way to go. Let's see what they call here. And he was steering a
without having the Jets playbook, I'm not used to playing against this team. I'm typically the Jets. The reason not playing them here is, to be quite frank, I want to show off how easy this game is in its current state, and I don't. Again, we got a punt, not field goal. And they're just a really good team right now. They're 78 in this game. They're stacked on defense, which makes them really good. They have good dirty tricks. They are monsters in this game. All of their dirty tricks can translate to kills or turnovers, which, beautiful. Just go Jets. Go Jets.
to the 2-minute warning. And it's 1st and 10. Touchdown! Give this guy a few catches and watch his confidence take off. He is deadly. deadly in the open field, Bricks. And it's 1st and 10.
Oh, if I wouldn't have used the last of my stamina, that would have been it. I would have been gone. Oh, there goes Singletary.
That's a crap your pants.
That's okay. Singletary's the worst RB1 in the league right now.
Made him so mad. You're probably right.
Yeah, here we go. No, I'm losing people. That's not good.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just arbitrarily picking plays right now because I'm at a jet. And that's okay. We're ahead. We're gonna stay ahead. Their team's already pretty much done for. The more we keep them on offense, the worse it gets for them. And if it really gets dire for us, we'll just start punting. You just punt on 1st down.
Step and make touchdowns worth 7. Kick the kicker's job in half.
Beautiful. Oh, not beautiful.
My sister could have made that kick.
Isn't your sister in a
You know, not a good take. My sister could have made that. It's 2024. Maybe take that line out.
That was not a kick.
Also, take out that Taco Hell line. I hear it too much. I hear that line 4 times a game. Please, get rid of that line.
Oh, did you see what number?
There goes another center off of the short kick strat. They're down to 1.
And this is a 1st and long situation.
So they're down to 1 guard. We're going to just deal as much damage as we can, trying to throw those punches. There's a Sonic Blast. No big deal. Something you'll notice, that red arrow on the bottom of the screen, that is me running in circles at this spot that I had that lineman, and I was just spamming A, hoping to throw punches and get a kill. I wonder if I can show you. Oh no, I don't have controls. That's okay. Effectively, what you do is you just spam the A button and try and keep the joystick moving relative to where you think they would be. And then, cut it back and forth to stay in a general space. And you do that over and over, and you usually get 2 or 3 extra punches on somebody. You maybe even land the elbow drop after the play, and then they die. Hey, this is a touchdown.
Touchdown! He takes it to the house on the kickoff return.
And we're back on defense.
Don't want to make any mistakes here. Just kick the ball through the upright, for God's sake. It's good. When you get knocked down, you got to get right back up and play.
What about when you get knocked up? What do you do then?
Alright, let's start pounding, see if we can stop this before we go to the half. And no halftime, game over.
Today, folks, these teams have bad blood between them. Apparently, they got it from the same
15 yards, oh no.
taco truck. Raccoon rabies blood is my thought. That was a player's favorite. We lost the bleeps, the sweeps, and most
And that is how you take the worst team in the game and absolutely demolish the best team in the game in less than a half of football, while also being up on the scoreboard
They choke like a bunch
on the highest difficulty.
choking on a bag of chimp dicks.
Did you just say choking on a bag of chimp dicks? Yeah, that was beautiful.
We blew up 4-to-1 ratio on them. If this was a season game, that would be a really cheap week, and we'd be pretty happy about that.
Presentation.
But that's a bit gimmicky. That is how you win when everything is cranked up to 11 and you can just pound it through. Oh hey, yeah, we got the Mahomes bounty. That's fun. I'm pretty sure I already have this card, so I don't know what it's gonna do. Oh yeah, there he is with that overall rating of nothing. That's pretty strong. Also, I don't know where I can view those cards. Like, I see that I'm getting them. Can I view those cards? Can I look at them anywhere? Is there anything I can do with that? Because I would love to see them or use them or do anything with that. It's exciting to get them. It's really fun. I don't know why. Maybe that will be something maybe like for Dynasty later. But anyway, let's do the same exact game. Let's make it so that we don't just have the ability to blow them up. Let's make it so we have to play a real game of football. Maybe turn this down to... let's make it just a rough game with resurrection each play. That way, death can occur. You know, if somebody gets blown up and they drop the ball, they'll drop the ball and die. But we won't lose them the whole time. We'll play the same teams, same situation, worst team versus the best. Let's see how it goes. I wish the camera right there did a little bit of a swivel around those hanging lanterns and it didn't just fly through them, but that might just be, you know, early stage of development stuff. Also, I really like the team introductions with the walk forward and the slam of the name and the flames and all that fanfare. That's pretty cool. I am looking forward to maybe in later versions of this game, potentially more tailored introductions or artifications of things like that. Like, it'd be sick if the Krakens had a bunch of like water stuff and like a big sea snake or something flew by or something stupid. Or if the maniacs had like people in their crowd with straight jackets and chainsaws and hatchets and all kinds of asylum-y stuff in their background and nameplate when that popped up. Alright, so we're going to take a run back. Ooh, we broke a tackle. That's a touchdown. Easy peasy. I'm not sure if turbo pumping is intended. It feels like I'm able to run the entire length of the field at turbo speed, and I think it would feel bad if there was fall off on the let go of the turbo, but I don't know if that much turbo is good for the game. Did I miss that? I am the worst at special teams. Though I could also swear that that was that like that? I had to be inside the white. I didn't miss that. I don't know. Maybe that's just part of this game. Special teams are hard. Go for 2. Same thing on defense. Turbo pump our way down. Try to get to the guy as quick as possible. In these situations, it's really nice to be able to make contact with people because even if you don't get a tackle, it slows them down and your teammates will get the tackle. The computer is very good at the auto tackle in this game. Alright, playing defense, we typically use one style of offense. We play man formation. Sometimes we'll do the dirty trick formation type man. Sometimes for the Giants here, we'll use the Madhouse type man. For my preferred style, I like to go the Enforcer formation, although that doesn't seem to be a thing in this game quite yet. But multiple enforcers, tight man, and the enforceable formation during dynasties and seasons is my go-to defense, and it tends to be very strong. And they scored. That's okay. We'll see what we can do about the extra point, and I also haven't used my dirty tricks or my clock management stuff yet. There's nothing to worry about. This game is well in hand. Very early. There we go. Block punt, kick, blocked field goal. Let's see what we can do here, if we can get another return. At some point, we might not want to return it all the way. It's nice to have all these points. Come on. And... I don't know if I'll... Yeah. If I would have drew him a little bit closer to the mines, maybe, but he was playing smart. But... yeah, at some point it's not bad to be on offense if you take a little bit of time and burn the clock, especially if you're up. But for now, we're going to use some of these and run up the score a bit. Being able to pump turbo gets you very far, very fast. And here's our touchdown. I like to use the group dance after a touchdown, especially on high carnage games with lots of violence, because it shows you if you've lost anybody. If you can quickly count to 7 guys on the field, you know you still have your team. There's our 14, good to go.
looking for a good return after giving up points. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, let's see if they almost stop up.
Something I'd like to mention about kickoffs, even in situations where you are not going high carnage games and trying to destroy the other side's line, it's still kind of a good idea when reserves are off or on, when you cannot replace your guys and damage is high. It is still a good idea to do short kickoffs because the hazards on the field, especially on like the sandworm fields, are as such that you almost always lose a player on kickoffs. And so kicking short minimizes the damage to your team. And I actually was doing that before I discovered that you could absolutely destroy the other team's centers and guards. So I would suggest always going for those short kicks when you have the risk of losing your own players, to both minimize the damage that you take and maximize the damage that your enemies take. Although it might also be good to see some tweaks to the game to maybe make special teams a bit less deadly and maybe make the returning process safer for certain players, because, you know, it can't really be in the spirit of this game that we're just going to snipe out all your linemen and walk away with a W. Something you'll notice me doing here is waiting until I have 1 second left to pick my play. The reason I'm doing that is because it runs the game clock, and we're running more than 40 seconds between plays by doing that. So, since we're up, kill the clock.
Mutants over 25?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, right below attending bachelor parties and owning a Sam Schwong Galaxy phone.
That's the end of quarter one. Well, the good news is there's still time to make it a game.
And there's still time to get a beer.
Second down and 7.
Alright, let's thunderclap, get the ball back,
The defense calls thunderclap the
and we probably score.
Never get snapped. Reminds me, ever hear that Zappa song, Watch Out Where the Huskies Go? Don't
Whenever you're running the ball, if you can, it's great to navigate and weave. Oh, I got pedal, that's okay. It's really good to navigate and weave between hazards because the enemy is bad at it. They will slow down, they will try and run around it. It's all kinds of things. I'm gonna have to die for this. Yeah. Jeepers, I almost didn't get that. One point of feedback, it is weird that I can smash A to skip the dialogue when the ref walks up to say, hey, I'm the new guy. I'm definitely going to call it fair. But I have to watch him walk up and wait for the dialogue to pop up to skip it. It would be nice if I could just skip that scene entirely, or not at all. The middle ground feels goofy.
Second down and long.
Hot. Hot one. Hey.
That's a really good play if reserves are on.
Well, it's third and long, and the defense knows they have
More
the pass.
tight, man.
Hot two. Hot. Hot. Hey.
4-yard gain on that pass play.
And we should have them held to a field goal here. Maybe they'll go for it. We'll see. If they go for it, I'll just call a timeout.
Nice observation, Briggs. Pretty color work.
Yep, they're gonna go for it.
And the defense calls a timeout.
Now, 9 times out of 10, when you call the timeout on them and call their bluff, if I come out with a real formation, they're gonna kick the field goal. Yeah. Should still be able to line up in that left gap there and get through. Easy.
That kick never hit.
And now we have the ball.
And it's 1st and 10.
Run a deep go. See if we can hit our man out there. We can't.
And that's a pick.
Oh, I was trying to hit Singletary on the left. And that guy got between us. That's okay.
And it's 1st and 10. They just called an audible on defense. Offense hopes it's not a dirty trick. First down. Remain in the half.
Wait! I gotta take a dump! Again? You just wet. How is that even possible? It's the nachos, man! Want some?
Hot. Hot 1, hot 2, hot...
And he runs into the end zone for a touchdown.
Oof, that's okay. We'll do our field goal block. I think I'm going to stay on the block because I'll bet you they're running it. Probably up the gut. Yep. Stuffed.
High risk, high reward, and it just didn't pay off.
Now they're both screwed. And
Alright, we're going to get the ball back. I'm going to try and be slow with the ball this time. It'd be good to just not let them get any more back for the rest of the half.
is lukewarm.
And he's proud of that.
Psych, we're scoring.
All the way. The 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown! He takes it to the house on the kickoff return and scores. Man, what a play. Don't try to get fancy here. Just put the ball down and kick it.
In that order.
The kick is good.
As expected, those are pretty much just gimmies.
The home crowd isn't impressed with that showing, but their team has a chance to respond.
Alright, and we're going to hold on defense here. You know, we have a pretty handy lead that every time we're on offense we score, so good luck catching up.
10.
Hot.
I think after halftime we'll go into more of a cruise mode.
No gain on that play. Second down and 10. And that's another pick.
Oh, there's one of those interceptions. I get a lot of those. If you press A to kind of do the slide and then tackle, if they throw the ball right at your trajectory, it almost like it doubles the A press use and gives you the hands for the interception. I get a lot of interceptions like that. 8-yard run the bomb, no big.
Back in the box, Bricks. You never know when one of those hot potatoes is going to blow. Grab your pants, Junior. Second down. The quarterback changes the play.
He's so indecisive.
Oh, there's that play. Okay. That is a bug that has been in it since Mutant Football League 1. I have 130 hours in the first game, and I have seen that happen 150 times. Easy. I don't know what causes it. I don't know why it happens. That's a touchdown. It's just... Timeout. It's just weird. Sometimes your quarterback will drop back and stand there and do nothing. And it blows my mind. Like, you don't have control. You can't do anything from that point. You just take the sack. Is that in? Yeah, that's in. What's weirder is I've seen it happen to the computer. I have seen the computer drop back and just stand there. So it's not a loss of control thing or anything. It's something within the actual game causes it all to just fall apart. Just get a dead play. Weird stuff.
That's what I do.
But we're up 31-12 in the second half. We have all of our dirty tricks back, sans the bribe ref. Theirs is gone too, so that's out of play. We are kind of in a point where we can push this game out and just lock it.
And it's 1st and 10.
Hot.
When the defense calls an
one.
audible,
Yep, and then we're gonna hit the ball, we're gonna score, it's gonna be great. Just keep doing this. Widen our lead, and then we're gonna start killing the clock. With those quick out runs and whatnot, you know, shotgun shuttle left, shotgun toss right, you can guarantee 3-4 yards of play. Well, you can guarantee like 12 yards of play. But if you intentionally take 4 or 5 yards of play, you can get to 3rd down and then get a 1st down and run, you know, 120 seconds off the clock every 15 yards. And that lets you burn entire halves on one possession, making it so that if you have even a slight lead, you can hold on to it. So we might do that here, we might just keep running at the score. Depends on how I feel as we go.
And it's 1st and 10.
Hot. Hot 1. Hot 2.
licorice wants to cut a shot like that.
You look licorice, lady.
There's another score. Get a big, nice lead. Run some clock. But yeah, now that we're kind of ahead and we're just going to be burning clock, I'd like to take a minute just to talk about some of the things I really like about this game and some of the things I maybe would like to see a little bit more of. Yeah. One of the things that I really do like is the dynamic damage displaying. When players have chunks missing out of them, it makes it a lot more in mind to keep a thought about not letting them take more damage. It's also just kind of looks cool. I also really like the new kick bar. The new kicking UI in general, and just the way that special teams feels, is it feels more challenging and it's a lot of fun. As much as I don't typically like it in games, I'm a big fan of the daily bounty system, and I want to see more about what's going on there, and I think it's a cool way of getting players access to more of those cards and to give you a reason to come in every day. I am looking forward to seeing more about what you can do with your points and your popularity and all of that. I really wish that you could change these announcers or tweak the way that they talk so that... Ooh, I missed. That's on me. I wish you could tweak the way that they talked. You know, I am the double stuffed burrito from Taco Hell, or the here's the kicker joke from Special Teams. All of those tend to be just overdone announcer lines, and they get grating. So I hope for the second game there is some work done to either put more extension into those lines, or to maybe bring in more people, or to have more options for who's there. I would just love more announcer options altogether, because right now it's a little stale, and that would be a good place to pick it up. One of the things that I also would love to see in this game is, and I love that there's different kind of species and characters and whatnot. I wish I knew more about what they actually meant. Like, I need an encyclopedia, and I know there's a player info section. I hope that when that is filled out, it gives me information on what everything does in a real information age way. Like, I want to know what deadhead means, and I don't mean that in a, oh, they can take a pounding and keep going kind of way. I mean, like, I want you to tell me specifically, deadhead characters heal to full between every play, but take more damage, and X, Y, and Z. Speed affects them differently, toughness is harder for them, you know, and give me actual numbers. You know, Dead by Daylight is a good example of a game that had a really frustrating series of systems with tremendously difficult skill checks and reasonably difficult skill checks, and something kind of speeds up your generator speed or tremendously speeds up your generator speed, And everybody was really confused about it. And then they were like, you know what? It's 12%, guys. It's 12% faster. It's 90 seconds and you will do it in 8.5%, 8.5 seconds faster. And it made everything easier to understand. It made it much more just simple to figure out and to strategize around. And I think that that would do this game a lot of good, given that there's access to so many different types of, you know, characters and balance pieces and whatnot. And I would like to know that for, like, everything. You know, what exactly happens during the flame on dirty trick? Not just, oh, you're on fire and you're faster, but how much faster am I? How much damage do I do? Does it deal a lot of damage fast? Is it slow? Because chainsaw deals damage and flame on deals damage, and those are two very different plays. Speaking of plays, I would love to be able to use playbooks. I would love to be able to customize my playbooks. I would love to be able to pick my dirty tricks. It would be cool to let me make a custom team and give them their own playbook and dirty tricks. Like, there's so much potential in that aspect. Even if that's a little pipe dreamy as far as, you know, development time and putting something together for it. Could you imagine if in, like, franchise or season mode I could set my own traps for my field? You know, it might be a big ask from a dev standpoint, but, you know, hear me out. I'm not, like, asking for full freedom to put traps wherever I want. What I'm more getting for is, like, let me be the decider if I have worms or mines or saws or nothing. You know, I would love to play on a nothing field. In fact, you know what would be cool? Incentivize me to put more traps on my field. You know, make the audience like it more. And then make that feed into something that makes the crowd arena cooler. And then that can give you points to spend into giving your fans stuff and, like, making everything else more exciting around over time in a dynasty. There's a ton of potential there. You know, you could even be like, this is the special trap, and it gives you extra stuff if you kill people in that trap. Stuff around there, and you can set it as the player or as a team owner. You know, it would be fun to be able to set yourself up with an advantage based on the field that you're playing on. Ooh, good rollout. We're gone. Oh. Oh, no. Almost. Okay.
That's how you get the smell of skunk off you, Grim.
As I was rolling around and using my plays there, something else I just feel like was worth mentioning. Right now, the throwaway hotkey on the Xbox controller, if I hit that, I don't throw the ball away. I do a roll. And I can get a throwaway to happen if I, like, hit both shoulders, but I'm not sure how to actually throw the ball away, and it feels like there might be something to look into there, not like... Mostly it feels like a bug. Alright, let's kill some clock. See if we can just run. Yep. Just... Oh, there goes one. Get sawed. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. Oh well. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. We were gonna get there anyway.
It's the fourth quarter and we're at the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes until what?
Alright, second and goal, 2 minutes to go. They're gonna probably start burning their timeouts here. Oh, dirty tricks, yeah. They're gonna probably start burning their timeouts here as well. I'll see if I can get myself down in range to score. It's, you know, as you can see at this point, we got 2 minutes to go, we're up 40 points. This is all put over.
Well, if they don't score here, they're going to have a tough decision on fourth down.
Boom.
Talk about running into a buzzsaw, Bricks.
Okay, you just ran into a buzzsaw.
And the D takes their second time out, hoping for a miracle.
I witnessed a miracle once. A player was brought back from the dead.
It's not a miracle, partner. That's just how the MFL works.
We're just gonna use a special trick here and score. Oh, maybe not. Go, run, run, run. See, when you've used all of your turbo, you start running slower. Also, if you run out of turbo and you get touched, you basically never break a tackle. You almost need stam to make that work.
And they line up for the extra point. Straight through the uprights. They're looking for a good return after giving up points. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, let's see if they almost stuck or if that was just a one-time thing.
Oh, nice break. You see there, we get the break tackle on us, but we wrap them up, or we slow them up enough for our team to come wrap them up. So it's not too, it doesn't feel bad when you miss those blocks or those tackles. It's, contact usually feels good enough.
Hot two. Hot.
Sonic boom, probably a touchdown. He burned all his stam, but we probably did too. That's no big. Got 53 seconds. They're going to probably kick an onside kick. I never line up in the onside formation against the computer. It's not, you know, it doesn't really do anything all that much. All you gotta do is get somebody in the secondary to run up and grab the ball. As long as you're decent at three-dimensional space. Wow, I missed 2 in a row. Huh? But yeah, they're gonna do an onside here. I'm gonna take this character in the back. I already did one of these this game, but I was talking over it. And as long as that character, you know, comes up, even here, my other guy just kind of picked it up. And that's a pretty easy touchdown. Although, maybe we'll go for something different here. Yeah, we're gonna go for something different here. They're gonna call their last timeout. And we're just killing clock and making sure they don't have any more opportunity to, you know, get the ball. One more QB sneak. They shouldn't be able to do anything after this. It's equivalent to taking a knee. There is no take a knee in this game. Given the atmosphere and the culture of the game, I'm not surprised. In fact, I support that decision. I think that's good. But here we are, 66. And let's kick that last field goal. Nice.
And once again, the incredibly talented Creeps can't close a game and take a loss. No coffee in that locker room, guaranteed. They've got 99 problems, but a win ain't one of them.
That's right, Grim. Just like a bridge over troubled water.
Like a whole lot of Rosie.
I like the MVP stuff. I like the stat boards. I love the comic book strip style chat bubbles as they talk and pop around. I think that's all really cool changes from the first game. It feels neat. I like this screen. I like the guitar riff. I like the whole pop-up in the corner. But yeah, that is how you win in non-high violent modes, by just playing football. The short version of it is utilize your dirty tricks to get score advantages and then keep that game at a nice slow grind. Just kill that clock as much as you can. But that's Mutant League Football, or Mutant Football League at this point. It's a lot of fun. It's a cool game. If you haven't tried it, it's in early access, feel free to pick it up. There's no online mode, there's a lot more to come. Multiple modes are still yet to be enabled. Here's a couple of different, like, challenges are going to be a thing. Team scouting is pretty interesting. Though I believe, yeah, this is still last year's bio. I would love to see updated bios here, especially with Aaron Rodgers having his torn Achilles. Like, there's some, I'm a Jets fan, and I'm a Mutant Football League fan. There's some pro wrestling level poking fun at your expense kind of stuff to do here. It would be a lot of fun to see an update here, and to, you know, poke some more fun at the more topical things of this season. Namely, Aaron Rodgers and his Achilles bounce back, you know, Hassan Reddick being a diva holdout, Morstead and Zerline being the rocks of the team, and maybe mention Quincy Williams constantly being snubbed for Pro Bowls, even though he's super, super good, because That's fucked up. Get that guy a Pro Bowl. But I'll stop rambling about the Jets in this game. This is a lot of fun. This is a super good game. This is, it's a great way to kill a half hour. I'm really excited to see what happens in the Dynasty modes and the updated season modes. I'm looking forward to more teams, more dirty tricks being introduced, an increased repertoire of just different plays. I would love to see more than one enforcer on each team. Just looking forward to more of this, really. So thanks for hanging out. If you want to pick this game up, use the strategies that I've laid out a bit and rip your opponents apart. And have a good time. And until next time, be good to each other, y'all.